Hello, and welcome to Mr. Bordis' Crash Course video project. My name is Michaela, and I'll be joined by Leah, Nikki, and Logan later on in the video. Today I'll be talking about the Manhattan Project. And no, not Manhattan like the city, but Manhattan Project, the code name given to the project that launched the world into a nuclear age. We will get into that in a minute, but first, let us learn where it all began. It all started in the early 1939 when the scientific community of the world got wind that German physicists had learned the secret to splitting a uranium atom. Because of this, the fear began to spread over the possibility of the Germans using that energy to make a bomb capable of untold destruction.
This information made its way to scientists Albert Einstein and Enrico Fermi. They both agreed that this information should be passed on. So, in March, Fermi went to Washington to talk to senators about the dangers, but no one really listened to him. Einstein took a different approach and wrote to President Roosevelt, but like the senators, Roosevelt did not see the use of making a program to research and design such a weapon. But in 1941, the Americans made an effort to design and to build an atomic weapon. This was to be called the Manhattan Project.
The lead physicist in charge of the project was Robert Oppenheimer. His team of other physicists and him worked hard, and in the summer of 1945, they were ready to test the weapon. Trinity site in New Mexico, the scientists gathered to watch what the bomb could do. They had fixed the device to a 100-foot tower, and they planned to set it off.
But no one, not even the scientists, could know the results of that bomb.
A blinding flash was visible for many miles and had a mushroom cloud that reached thousands of feet into the air. When the cloud came down, it created a half-mile wide crater in the earth and made sand turn into glass from the pressure and the heat.
The project started small, locating only at a handful of universities. The University of Columbia at Chicago and California at Berkeley were the first. Then a breakthrough happened for the program in December of 1942 when Fermi and a group of other physicists produced the first controlled nuclear chain reaction under the grandstands of Stagg Field at the University of Chicago. After this, funds were gathered more easily for the project to continue. More facilities were built for the program, one in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, one in Hanford, Washington, and one in Los Alamos, New Mexico. The plant in Los Alamos, New Mexico was the main plant to become for the project. Stories released saying that a huge ammunition dump has exploded in the desert. Word reached the president telling him the project was a success. The world had entered the nuclear age. And back to you, Nikki.
Secrecy was the key for this project to succeed. Roosevelt and Churchill both agreed that Stalin and Vice President Truman should be kept in the dark about the project and its true purposes. The only people that should know about it are the people that truly had to. This was an impressive secret because of the fact that over 120,000 people were employed and nearly $2 billion were used in the making of the Manhattan Project.
Thank you for tuning in on this segment about the Manhattan Project and the nuclear age. Tune in next week when we talk about the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Manhattan Project, woohoo! The lead physicist in charge of the project was Robert. What are you laughing at? No! Did he even get
More facilities!
was Robert Oppenheimer. Lead physicist in charge of the project was Robert
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm done.